Some stories begin as fairy tales, others become something far more powerful. This is the story of a young woman who entered the most rigid institution in the modern world and changed it forever. Over this series, we explored the life, struggles, triumphs, and enduring legacy of Princess Diana. Now, we look back at the full journey. Born in a British aristocracy in 1961, Diana Spencer grew up near royal circles, but not inside the crown. Sensitive, empathetic, emotionally intuitive, qualities rarely associated with monarchy would become her defining strength. At just 20 years old, she was thrust into global spotlight upon her engagement to Prince Charles. The world saw a fairy tale. Few saw the pressure building beneath it. An estimated 750 million people watched as Diana married into the royal family. At St. Paul's Cathedral, the dress, the carriage, the kiss on the balcony, it was spectacle at historic scale. But fairy tales rarely prepare their heroines for isolation. Behind palace walls, Diana faced loneliness, media scrutiny, and emotional strain, including struggles with bulimia and self-doubt. The crown sparkled. The weight was immense. Where tradition demanded distance, Diana chose closeness. In the 1980s, fear and stigma surrounded HIV/AIDS. Diana shook hands without gloves. She visited leprosy wards. She comforted the homeless. She made eye contact when others turned away. Compassion became her signature. Not performance, presence. She redefined what royal duty could look like. By 1992, her marriage publicly fractured. In 1995, her televised interview on Panorama stunned the world. Honest, vulnerable, unfiltered. She spoke not as a princess, but as a woman navigating betrayal, depression, and public pressure. In 1996, the divorce was finalized. She lost the Her Royal Highness title. She gained something else, autonomy. Freed from royal constraints, Diana refined her mission. In 1997, she walked through an active minefield in Angola, a moment that reverberated worldwide. She aligned herself with humanitarian causes that transcended monarchy, but fame intensified. She became the most photographed woman in the world, admired, pursued, relentlessly watched. In August 1997, during a visit to Paris, tragedy struck in the Pont de l'Alma tunnel. She was 36 years old. The reaction was immediate and global. Outside Kensington Palace, mountains of flowers rose in silence. At Westminster Abbey, billions watched her funeral procession. Grief was not confined to Britain. It belonged to the world. But endings are not always conclusions. Her sons, William, Prince of Wales, and Prince Harry, Duke of Sussex, carry forward elements of her approach: mental health advocacy, direct engagement, human-centered leadership. The monarchy itself evolved, modernizing communication, softening public posture. Her influence extended beyond royalty. Celebrities adopted visible activism. Public vulnerability became strength. She shifted the emotional vocabulary of power. Diana's life was not perfect. It was human. She navigated love, betrayal, fame, fear, compassion, and courage in full public view. That is why her story endures, not because she wore a crown, but because she removed it, metaphorically, long enough to connect. She once hoped to be a queen of people's hearts. History granted her something more enduring: relevance. In conversations about empathy, in debates about media ethics, in evolving expectations of leadership, her life was brief. Her influence is not.